In this video, we are targeting African tigerfish diamonds. If this video helps you catch your diamond, please remember to give it a like. Come back and leave a comment. Let me know you were successful. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Here is my latest catch green first fish at 22.21. Here's a diamond. And another. And another. Last fish at 1:22. That's 3 hours, 1 minute. 17 golds, 3 diamonds. Let's take a quick look at the African tigerfish. For the traits, it's aggressive. There will be no nibbling. And it's a jumper, so keep your eyes open. If you see a big one, target it. For the bait and lure preferences, there is no bait feeding. We are going to use minnow for our bait. The maximum African tigerfish is just a little over 33 pounds. I recommend you use a strong float fishing rig, unless of course you're going for score in a competition, and then use something around 15 pounds. For the video, I am using the gear that you get from doing the Japan main missions. The Kiror rod with the Kite reel, 38-pound braided, waggler bobber to move less than the current, but it will move quite a bit in this situation anyways. Size 1/0 gold hook and minnow. Don't worry if you don't have this set up, but I do have videos on how to get it if you need any help and you have the Japan map. Otherwise, just use whatever your strongest float fishing setup is. You want to start in a daytime server. Here is the location we're going to use. Right here is the main outpost. I grabbed a Jeep from here, and you can see I drove it over to this boat dock right here and pulled my boat right out into this area. You can see I have a tigerfish diamond marker. You just want to be up in the northern end. The exact spot isn't critical. As long as you're towards the northern end and in the middle, that is fine. I also did quite a bit of testing, see if it was possible to use rod holders from this bridge. And while I got some golds, it was an extremely slow bite rate. It just wasn't worth it. I couldn't even get a diamond. This is a diamond spot over here, but it was just too far out of range and not worth the effort. So stick to the single setup here in the boat. To catch diamond African tigerfish, start in a daytime server. You can fish until 6 p.m. or 1800. Later, if you're getting bites, then reset to a new daytime server. All you need is one float fishing rig with size 1/0 hook. That is gold with minnow, and there is no bait feeding option, so you just have to be patient and wait. The technique I recommend is fairly simple, but takes quite a bit of patience. Equip your setup with the 1/0 minnow. I bump it down just a little bit, and we're going to aim somewhere over towards the right side of that bridge and just do a forward only half cast. You can also do a quick cast if you like. The location isn't too critical. And what it's going to do is it's going to float off to the right there. That current is pretty strong. You can see it out there. Now with the 1/0, don't expect a high bite rate. If you're doing challenges, you need a bunch of silvers, back off to a size 1. Or if you just don't have the patience, you can also go back to a size 1. I like the 1/0 First of all, get the gold tokens, but I do believe it gives you a higher instance of diamonds as well, even though this one takes a lot of patience. So what I do is I just sit here and watch TV. I have a TV on my top screen and wait for the bite. Remember, there will be no nibble. So even though you might be waiting for a while, you have to be alert. That's pretty annoying. I wish there was a better way to farm these, and I'm not a huge fan of fishing for them. Even as cool as they look and as fun as they are to fight, even the chances of me getting a bite in the few minutes I'm going to do this technique session are not real high. I've gone as high as 30 minutes between bites. Sometimes you'll get 5, 6 in a row real quick, couple diamonds. And then other times you'll be sitting here for a while. So this one takes quite a lot of patience, unfortunately, but it is the best way to get the diamond, in my opinion. Now, if you want, you can certainly do casting, popper, frog, or spinner. Popper and frog, you're going to twitch. Spinner, you do not need to. I just don't like doing all the extra work. And that diamond zone is right over to the right. So let's see if that thing's moved a little bit. Yeah, it has some. You can see where the waves are pointing off to the right and the current in that water. I mean, you can almost see it moving as we're watching it. And it's going to drift over towards this dock right here. Obviously not going to make it that far, but we tossed our cast out in here. All this area is a good solid diamond zone. So what it's going to do is float over this way. And hopefully you don't get too crazy far before you get a bite. That's really all there is to this. It's a whole lot of waiting more than anything else. And then you get that surprise strike with not a lot of time to react to it. If it gets too far, I get into the 15-20 minute range, I'll recast back towards the bridge. I'd say about 10 minutes between fish is pretty typical. You saw my latest catch screen at the beginning of this. And it's right at the edge for me on gold hooking. That's why I'll watch TV or do something else. But really, when I went to the silver hook and tested it, also very slow bite rate. So might as well increase my chances to spawn the diamond, in my opinion, by going straight to the gold. Obviously, that's opinion. I'm sure you'll get folks that disagree with that. And again, if this isn't your speed and you don't want to wait, by all means, bump up to a silver hook. 1 or 2 is fine. Doesn't look like I'm going to get lucky. That doesn't surprise me. You can keep fishing if you want past the window I gave in the summary. I like to quit when it gets dark. Seems like that bite rate drops off even worse. Although I have gotten diamonds in the dark. As long as you start at noon, it's okay, theoretically, to fish all the way to midnight. But I quit at 1800, 6 o'clock, typically. Reset to a new day server. I have a whole lot of diamonds to show you in the montage, so stick around to watch that. No luck on the bite here, so I won't run this any longer because that montage is going to be long. Happy fishing. Have a good one. Please click on the logo bottom left to subscribe to my channel. Check out my other content and don't forget to hit the like button on the video.